Welcome to the wonderful world of Lightroom tutorials. I'm Mark, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to import images, how to create a logical folder structure, show a consistent file naming convention, include personalized settings, how to rate our images, as well organize our images in collections. Sound like fun? Let's get started. First, I'm showing you this diagram of how we are going to be importing our images directly from our camera into Lightroom, as well into an external hard drive, which then can be transferred into Time Machine if we so choose. In Lightroom, first we're going to click on the Import button, which is on the lower left-hand side. We'll see that our source is the Canon EOS 7D, which is listed on the top left-hand corner. From there, we'll see that all our images are selected. So first, to save time in this tutorial, I'm going to uncheck all the images, and I'm going to select a few that were going to be downloaded. Next, we're going to make sure that the copy as DNG is selected. Now, the reason I select copy as DNG as opposed to copy is I prefer the photos saved on my computer to be saved as DNGs so that I can open them in multiple applications. You can choose the copy, however, it will save all the images as raw format. Next, we're going to go to the right-hand column, and I'm going to select 1:1 for render previews. This ensures that we have a high-quality preview when we select them. As well, I'm going to select Build Smart Previews so that we have smart previews for the images. Don't import suspected duplicates, which will ensure that we don't import any of the duplicates from our camera into our folder. And then make a second copy, which would be the raw file, into a predetermined destination. For this, I'm going to actually choose my external hard drive. So I'm going to choose folder, select the hard drive I want. I'm going to click into my 2013 folder, and then the folder is already pre-made, so it's going to be 2013 1002 SL for still life, and then blue car. So this is my naming convention. So I'm going to choose that. I'm then going to click Rename Files, and then create a custom name. So for this, I'm going to choose 2013 1002, my last name, and then my first initial. Next, I'm going to go into the Apply During Import some metadata. So I'm going to apply some words to use a search. So car will be first, and then I'm going to choose blue because it's a blue car. And then in my metadata panel, I'm going to select New to create a new copyright preset. So the copyright preset I'm going to call M. Brigden 2013 copyright. I'm going to then copyright by pressing Option G, which creates the copyright symbol, and then M. Brigden 2013, and then the copyright status is copyrighted, and then the creator M. Brigden. Now you can choose however you want your name to be presented in this. Press Create, and there we have it. Now below that, we're going to choose the destination in the destination panel. I've already, again, on my computer, created a folder with the same naming convention as I did before. So that's selected now. And before I import, I'm going to create a new saved preset so that I don't have to enter this information again. So save current settings as a new preset, and then M. Brigden 2013. And now that's created. So then we're going to press the Import button, and all the images will be imported to our folder. As you can see, it's starting to work already. Now all our images are in the folder we selected, and we can see in the metadata panel that the metadata has been entered into the image. Now, if we wanted to create a new subfolder into our folders, we go into our folder panel on the left-hand side, press the plus button, add subfolder, and let's say we wanted to create a subfolder for the client images. So we type in 2013 1002 blue car client, and then by clicking on the actual photo, we can literally drag it into the new folder. Press Move, and there it is inside this new folder. Now, if we wanted to add a new folder that is not seen below in the 2013 that we want to add in, we can always click Add Folder, and then click on one of these, and then press choose, and then it would be listed below there as well. We're not going to do that right now, just because we want to concentrate on the images that we already have. So these three images right here are the ones we've just downloaded, and I'm going to show you how to be able to rate each of the images. Now, this first one right here, as you can see, I've already rated 3 stars. Now, I'm just going to remove that for now, and I'm going to show you actually where you can find, if you don't see them right here, we can either rate the images via flags, stars, or we can put them as color-coded. If you don't see those there, you can click onto the Select Toolbar Content tab, and then select them via here for whatever kind of rating system you want to use. So the first one, we said we had already looked at the stars, and I generally only use 3 or 5 stars. Generally, if an image is similar to another image, I go through them and see which ones I like, and if I like several in the same set, then I click them as 3 stars until I find the one I really want, and then I'll click that as 5 stars. So as you can see, it's easy to just select them this way. Now, it's better to view images within the loop view, which either you can select by pressing E as a shortcut, and that's zoomed in, or you can click it through the panel right here. So we'll go back to grid view, and we can collect it right here. And through the film strip, we can glide through the images by pressing the arrow keys or by clicking the keys themselves. Now, another way to rate an image is with the flags. There are 2 flags that are listed right here. The first is the white flag, which is the pick flag, which you can select by clicking on it or by pressing P. Now to deselect, you press U. The second flag is the rejected flag, and the reject flag is selected by pressing X or by clicking on the flag itself. Now you can remove and take away the flags as well by pressing U, as I said, or by just removing the flag by pressing it again. Now, if you click the rejected flag, you'll see that the image below is a pale gray, which then you can go to the photo section and then press delete rejected photos, which will remove the photos from your view. So we'll just put this back as the pick flag. And then the next image, we'll use the color coding. Now for the color coding, it's like adding post-its to your image so that you can find them later. So you could use red for clients, yellow for wanting to edit more. So for this case, we're going to choose red. And as you can see below, there's a red border around it to show that it has been selected as a red image. Now going back to grid view, you can see all of the ratings now added. So this is really helpful in terms of using collections, which is the next thing we're going to look at. So each collection has its own way of finding images faster for you by either the rating systems which are preset right here or by creating your own presets. So in this case, we see that all the images that are colored red, listed as 1 right here, is this one right here where we just coded red. The same with 5 stars, which are some of the images that we haven't seen before, but I've previously rated 5 stars, or images that were added in the past month. Now let's say we wanted to add this photo specifically to a collection. We just make sure that it's highlighted and then press Create Collection in the Collections panel, and then we'll call it Car. And now that image is also listed in this collection as well as being listed within its own folder. By creating a collection, we're not moving the image from its original folder into something else. We are just adding another way of finding it, a little bit easier to find. Next, if we want to create a smart collection to add even more presets to finding images, we can just press Create Smart Collection, and then, for example, we'll say label color, and is red. We'll press Create, and it'll list all of the things that we've labeled as a red color. It's quick and it's easy, and it's really helpful in finding images faster than searching through folders. So that's it. We've talked about importing images, how to create a logical folder structure, shown a consistent file naming convention, including personalized settings, how to rate our images, as well as organize our collections. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative. Take care, and hope you liked it.